Hi, I'm Juan Reon. I'm from Miami, and what I hope to do in the field of conservation is to merge policy and science in a manner that will allow me to have as broad an impact as possible.
My name is Melissa Cronin. I'm a graduate student mentor with the Doris Conservation Scholars Program in Santa Cruz, California. And this program is special because it provides conservationists and working professionals with an opportunity to reach young people that are passionate about the environment who are also underrepresented in the field. It's a really exciting opportunity for us to get out in nature with these students and teach them real-world skills that they'll use in their career and how to be successful in conservation.
Hello, my name is Lambert Ngenze. I'm from Republic of Congo, but I've been living in Washington State and studying environmental science at Washington State University. So what I bring to conservation, it's mostly about hope, because I live in a place where water is it's a big deal compared to here. And I just want to be part of a solution than a problem. Thank you.
My name is Meredith Johnston, and I'm from Arlington, Texas, and I bring to conservation an indigenous perspective and a desire to connect indigenous knowledge with scientific research. Furthermore, I'm interested in studying the interaction between marine and freshwater ecosystems.
My name is Elizabeth Martin. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, and I'm one of the logistics coordinators. The Doris Duke program is so unique because it takes students from a diverse background with large aspirations, and it gives them the tools and connections they need to make a difference in the world. Hi, my name is Casey Ring. I'm from Santa Cruz, California, and I'm the logistics coordinator for the Doris Duke Conservation Scholars Program. Being a student and staff for 3 years in field quarters, I believe it's super important for students to get out of the classroom and into the field because it allows them to make their own creative observations and get into the field and figure out what they are truly passionate about.
My name is Sarah Cirque-Marato. I'm from Galax, Virginia. What I hope to do in conservation is diversify the field based on axes of race, class, and gender. And I also hope to see more familiar faces in the field in the future.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Soto. Was born in the Dominican Republic. What I bring into the conservation field is an outside perspective of what people from different cultures are looking for. I believe that as we move forward into the conservation field, having people from different backgrounds, different cultures is important because they may have different ideas as they were raised in different backgrounds, and they might bring ideas that is going to make the conservation field move forward.
Hi, my name is Nusrat Noor and I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. My conservation story is that I started doing research in college with a professor who did a lot of conservation work with sea turtles, and honestly it was just this giant door opening up for me and I just jumped in.
Hello, my name is Leti Santillana. I am from Puebla, Mexico, and what brought me to conservation was my passion for animals, and I've always wanted to be a wildlife veterinarian, so hopefully in the future I get to work in the rehabilitation of wildlife.
My name is Kadeem Hanna, and I'm from the New Jersey, New York area, and what I bring to conservation is a city perspective and a positive view, and through conservation I hope to create a positive impact for people around the city and making them aware of what's going on in the environment, because it's not something that a lot of people from that area get to know. So I want to make an impact on that and have people around the city be aware of what's going on in their environment.
Hi, my name is Ashia Jani. I'm a rising junior at Yale University. I'm in environmental studies and with a concentration in environmental justice and food rights, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. So what I bring to conservation is just a love of combining history and science. I come a little bit more from the anthropological socio side of ecology, the socio side of conservation, and I am working on recognizing the history behind conservation, the exclusion of certain types of people within the conservation and preservation movements, and the sometimes violent history that conservation has had when creating national parks and local state parks. So what I want to do is I want to make conservation and make the conversation about conservation a little bit more open and a little bit more accessible to all types of people, especially people of color who have very unique relationships with land, especially Black and Native American people. And Doris Duke has kind of allowed me to involve my love of history and my love of science, bring them together and do just that.
My name is Bashir. I'm from Minnesota, and I go to St. Olaf College in Minnesota. What do I hope to do in conservation? I hope to support conservation through scientific research and advocacy. I want to be on the frontier of ecological research that determines the conservational challenges we face. I also want to teach the next generation of conservationists who will lead us into a better future. And I want to make my research and scientific literacy accessible to everyone in our society so that everyone in our society has the tools to be conscious of the environmental challenges our planet faces.
Hi, I'm Roger Fost from Omaha, Nebraska. I hope to be a leader in conservation research and make information accessible to all people. With that information, I hope to drive others to consider their actions and make the best decisions for their communities and the environment.
Hello, my name is Crystalline Baisa and I am from Hawaii. In conservation, I hope to research the impacts of climate change, invasive species, and human impact on tropical island ecosystems. Some of my lifelong goals are to save as many species as I can from extinction and to become a leading voice in Hawaii's conservation movement.
I'm Nancy Uribe, I'm from Wisconsin, and I want to bring conservation to urban areas. Most of the population aren't scientists, so I want to make ways for people to help without them even knowing that they're helping, and that's how we're going to make a bigger impact.
My name's Jamie Ramos and I'm from Puerto Rico. When I was younger, I really had thought that I'd figured my life out because I found my passion for conservation so early. And as I grew and as I lost some of myself, I thought I'd lost that too. But looking back, I never really could have lost that because my passion was never really a choice. I was compelled since the beginning. I mean, trees have no voice, ants have no voice, owls, whales, the ocean, the skies, they don't have any voice. So I feel compelled to be that voice for them. And I have to use whatever I may have to keep that voice going.
Hello, my name is Diana Martinez and I'm from SoCal. My conservation story is that I grew up in open spaces in Mexico, but when I got to Los Angeles, it was pretty impacted. So there wasn't room for me to be in the outdoors. And that was kind of like the hardest part. It's like when you come from a place that it's so open, so beautiful and majestic, and you go to a place where it's so impacted with so many people, you don't have no idea where to go and how to run away. So when I was in high school, I started doing this Urban Adventure program, and that took urban kids to the outdoors, and that was my first step to the outdoors. And now with Doris Duke Conservation Scholars, it helps me more to understand the deepest level of science and how scientists bring out like the hardest thing to the public and how to communicate with the public. And sometimes now that I'm doing this program, I feel like it's challenging because you have to dig in to the most hardest pieces and bring it all together and make it as simple as you can for everybody else to understand and to reach out your goal to communicate something with them. And I really like what we're doing in this program, not just because we're learning a lot of everything, but also for the fact that I'm what you call it a millennial. And now the people of my generation, they're too focused on technology, and in the places that we've visited so far, we're outside and we don't have no Wi-Fi, which for me is the greatest thing in the world. Get disconnected from everything, news, you know. When you're out there, you realize that you become so small. But yeah, you have to do so many things in order for you to help yourself and the world. So I really like the fact that we travel a lot and you realize you find your true self and you find your passion about whether it's animals, soils, biodiversity, every ecosystem that you go around, and it's just amazing the things that you find about yourself and your classmates that you're working with, and even other adults, and how it is possible if you want to keep going in the field of science. And my ultimate goal is to work as a park ranger in the national park. So with this program, it's just helping me shape everything and accumulate all that information as I grow older and I keep stepping into that skill to reach out. And I hope for my future and the rest of this future to help out with Mother Nature and to be someone that speaks up about either conservation or the native side or everything that we do around the world. Thank you.
My name is Marshall Kim. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and my conservation story has actually just begun. I've always been very passionate about being outside and being in nature, and this first year at the university I've kind of taken some different courses and realized that this is definitely something that I want to pursue, just helping the environment in whatever way that I can, making whatever impact I can, whether that's small or large. I want to do something with restoration ecology as of now, but I'm still figuring it out, and it's something that I'm definitely really passionate about and excited about as well.